Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Skyward Sword. In the last episode, we got to this part of the Lanayru Desert. And hopefully, with any luck, be able to continue. So I'm not sure if you've noticed, but there's a weird, darky glowing thing in there. Can't really do anything about that where we are, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to finally use the slingshot a little bit here. And miss horribly. There we go. Slingshot's very effective. It gets some short-range stuff done, so you can use the beetle for other things. And bridges appear! There's also these annoying friggin' enemies, which I suggest, honestly, ignoring running around them. Because... ow. Fighting them can drain your HP. Just not worth fighting them. They come back whenever you die, or you come back to the area, so... yeah, they're just not worth it. There are a few ways that this area can be done, however. Which is kind of annoying. The game will not tell you certain things. And you can actually screw yourself over and not actually go where you need to go. Ah, crap. Need to use the hook beetle before I go in there this time. Just use it again, just to make sure we don't have to stop. Alright. Just making sure I'm recording, because it didn't say I was recording. That was very weird. But I am currently recording, so that's good. Alright. Also, pick up as many of these flowers as you possibly can. You see it, you grab it. No hoo-ha, no whatever. Just grab it. Alright. So we got these annoying crap enemies. The Deku, whatever you want to call them. Never had that happen before. First time for everything. Which... ow. You're supposed to reflect the shots that they have right back at them, but... meh. How'd you get here? Good to see you, bud. Seems like you pop up everywhere. Don't want to talk. Anyway, bud, there's something I'm dying to tell you. It's the discovery of the century. Wait a minute. I'm getting here by aerodynamics. How are you getting here? This is a sacred place known as the Temple of Time. Could not believe my eyes when I saw a human who lives on the legendary Isle of the Goddess. More just like the ones those written about in the ancient manuscripts. They look just like you, bud. They met another person and they entered the temple. I want to chase after them. But then there was an explosion all of a sudden in the entrance. Well, you can see for yourself, bud. I don't think we're getting past this mess. I just wish we could find out what is happening on the other side. So this is suggesting this is the same continent that Hyrule will be eventually built upon. However, there are some inconsistencies that the game never tells you. And it is quite annoying. Like, the games further down the line have no correlation with this place. At all. And that's talking like Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past, and whatever. Like, in my opinion, I don't know, it's just like if you're gonna make a timeline... Ah, crap, you're stuck. No! Alright. Well, time to blow some stuff up. But, like, I really, really wish that some of these games would correlate with each other better, because honestly, which I was going to get into this before, but I wanted to wait until we got actually here to say, I think every Zelda game, to me, at least, is not a part of the same storyline. Because of how the timeline's messed up, I just consider every Zelda game to be its own Zelda game, and not to be attached with anything else, basically. Because there's just so many things that don't make sense that they add and take away, and it's just weird. And this is one of them. Like, none of this stuff is in Ocarina of Time, or... like... Link to the Past. Even Twilight Princess, which focuses a lot on the Zora people, and... like... you know... and... with Ocarina of Time, and having a lot to do with the Temple of Time, obviously, is... even still, then, it's... doesn't have this stuff in it. So I really wonder where they got this idea from. And I'm not saying it's bad, it's just incoherent with the rest of the stuff, because I do think it fits with the storyline of Skyward Sword, it just doesn't fit with any of its... what do you call that? Inheritors? Because it's supposed to be the first game. That was scary. Thanks for helping me. This is the Temple of Time within its sacred gated time made by the goddess. It's my job to patrol outside the temple. If you want to reach the gate of time, you'll need to pass through that door. Oh, you need another way in? Well, a lot of mining facilities in the Temple of Time are connected underground. Battery mining facility is right here. This map, it looks inaccurate. I'm gonna fix it for you. Battery mining facilities just ahead. Good luck. Thank you for moving. A report, Master Cloud. The map you possess corresponds to the actual terrain of this area with only 35% accuracy. The robot you just met earlier modified your map to show past terrain that is now submerged beneath the sink sand. You don't say. We're only gonna ride this about halfway, then we're gonna want to jump out. Because we gotta hit that one over there. Before you get in there, it's a good idea to get your sword out. Never mind. And start charging. It's really hard to get a second chance doing that, so yeah, that's why I said that. You could just jump out and get back in, so there is that, but if you go over here and hit one of these things first, thinking, well, I'll just come back after I save it, yeah, no. Just try to get the Goddess Cube as fast as you can, because I actually accidentally skipped it thinking I couldn't go back and I'm just letting everyone know. Also, don't go over there. Whatever you do, don't go over there. It's just a way to get back over there, but don't need to. Because you need to go through here. Generally, this area has a lot of red herrings. And this area. So this area is now accurate to the time that it was made, this map. As you can see, there's some stuff over there. Specifically, some what looks to be butterflies and maybe a hole, I think. You'll know by the grass whether or not something was a part of the original terrain. Master Cloud, I have information to report. I can confirm that you will not be consumed by the sink sand in this current position. I suggest verifying your location on the map. Readings indicate that there is a submerged path beneath the sink sand. It is possible to walk around a loop route above this path without submerging completely into the sink sand. Simulation suggests that placing beacons to mark a safe route should increase the path. Route along these paths should before proceeding could significantly reduce risk. I recommend placing up multiple beacons. Yeah, and this is when she gives you more beacons. Holding out. That being said, it's still good to be careful because one misstep and you could still die. So keep that in mind. This is a good place to get Lanryu dragonflies if you need that for a potion ingredient. You can actually beat the entire game without going out of your way to get potion ingredients. But it is good still nonetheless to get them. Alright. Got a bunch of dudes over here. The one thing I can say that I do appreciate about this area is that they thought enough to give, don't you dare jump, Link. Come on. Don't jump. There we go. Good Link. Is that they thought enough to give bird statues everywhere. So you're pretty safe. I don't know why, but this area always reminds me of, like, Star Wars. Now, my memory banks. This is the power generator for the mechanism that opens the entrance to Lanryu mining facility. It won't budge until you activate the remote power nodes and set those 3 dials to access them correctly. Readings indicate that the materials used to construct the generator are also present in this area. You can now use your dowsing ability to locate them. This is one effective ability. Because without using that, you can be totally lost. Which is pretty nuts. First thing I suggest you do, though, is save it, because it's an incredibly useful thing to save your game at all times. Saved! Aha! Alright. That's the generator. I'm not sure it's gonna register that. There's one over there in that direction. And one over here. Get that first. So in order to get each one of these, you have to pass a series of tests. And man, is this kind of redundant and a little annoying. This area right here is what I don't really like. I don't like these little mini dungeons. You gotta find the stone to turn back time. Ow. And these guys can free roam hit you. There's nothing stopping them, they can just hit you wherever you are. Alright. Now here comes the puzzling bit. We have these guys now. I'm just gonna try to blow them up from a distance. Alright. It's always good to run the fights in your favor sometimes. Red Rupee. This is the one instance where you absolutely have to kill these guys, because if you don't, it's gonna make your life miserable. Ow. Because while doing all these puzzles, you're gonna have to mess around with them, and it's gonna be pain. These guys, these little snail things that were there before. They can kill you. But these are also a puzzle element. So every few feet, throw them. Wait till they shock. Pick them up. Go a few feet. And throw them again. If you're lucky. Sometimes you're not, like I was. If you don't do that, you're gonna die from them and these guys, which is something I really don't like. I don't like the puzzle element being able to kill you. I guess it adds a little bit of difficulty to it as a medium for puzzles and whatever, but alternatively, you could take your beetle and do this, but I wouldn't recommend it for this one. It is required to do the next one, but I don't think it's required here. Ow. You dang snails. I'm probably gonna lose a fairy, which means I'll be down another fairy, which is not good. Leave me alone. Yeah, I don't care about the ornamental skull. Thank you, though. So not only do you have to deal with the fact that these things can potentially kill you, now you have to step on here while they're potentially going to kill you and throw them in that electrical compartment. Yep. I'm way ahead of you, but thank you for the advice. More than I get out of Navi. Alright. Toss. Trying to figure out how to configure the device to get you to the laundry mining facility. Kinda suspicious. Probably shouldn't be telling you how to access the remote power modes in order to enter the facility. Don't let me catch you stabbing or fiddling with this device. Stab. All right. Are there any hearts in these barrels? I'm not quite sure. The difference between, as well, these little mini areas is that the, time shift stone will always affect this entire room. Alright, next one. Okay, it's registering that, but there's one over there. I'm gonna ignore tumbleweeds from right now. I'm not trying to actually get them right now. One of the reasons for that is you're going to need to get them when this entire area is opened up, and it's not opened up yet. It just makes them getting a lot easier to get because you can get to the area that spawns them relatively easily then. Let me save it real quick. Depending how far along we're in the recording process, I might cut and go and get fairies. Yeah, we're at the end of this episode. In the next episode, we'll be continuing on, getting more keys, and able to get to the Lanaryu mining facility. See you guys then.